Too much negativity going on, man. NFL Week 9. The glass is half full. Let's go.
Let's go! This ain't the Fox Tyson Forces game that he stinks!
Oh shit!
It's gone!
And we are live. Welcome, everybody, back to another episode of the MoneyPot Podcast betting show. NFL Week 9, NFL Sunday is right upon us, and I am your host, your friendly neighborhood capper, Moss Money. Diddy's on the way. We got a little happy yacht with the extra hour going back with the extra sleep. As you see, I'm full of energy, full of life, ready to go. We got a jam-packed show. We had a jam-packed show last week, but I want to tell you about we're killing college football. We're killing World Series bet. Well, was killing World Series bets. Ooh, was that too quick? Too early in the morning for that one? Killing NFL week. We're just killing it all. And the one thing that we are killing is that you guys are killing it with us, right? You're giving your support. You're hitting that like button. You're hitting that subscribe button. I see everybody joining and coming on. Please continue to do that. Back end algorithm, all the magic that happens in the back end, it's all because of you guys. Keep liking, keep subscribing. If you're new to the show, if you're just seeing this show, please hit the subscribe button. Go to MoneyPot YouTube and hit the subscribe button. If you're not, if you're on A2D, if you're watching on A2D and you're a new user, go hit the A2D subscribe button. It's right here or right here on the bottom. Hit the subscribe button. Cost you nothing. Cost you nothing. You know what I mean? So appreciate the support. I do. I really do. It's just amazing how what we're doing right now. But we got bets to make. We got money to make each and every week, and that's what we're doing right now. So it's almost some Robin Hood shit, right? Like that's how I feel, right? We're giving out free money. We're winning money, so that means you're winning money, and we're giving it all back. No Cash App, no Venmo, all that good stuff. So everybody, welcome to the show. Let's get to the games, man, because that's what we're here for. We're here for the games. So we're going to be using FanDuel. So I was looking at some DraftKings stuff, but we're going to be using FanDuel as our betting, as our sports book for today. Oh wow, man, we come right at it. Champion some Astros win. Ugh. Is it too early? Is it too early for this, y'all? For this slander? Shouldn't even poke it up. Hey Jeff, if you're new, you know what I mean. I like the energy, Jeff. Actually, no, I don't. I don't like the energy. I don't like the energy at all, man. It was a tough game last night. Tough game. People were pointing fingers here and that. Hey, it was a hell of a run. That's the way I look at it. It was a hell of a goddamn run. Um, had opportunities, right? We had opportunities to win, and they didn't. So it is what it is to me. All right, but it's sour. I know a lot of people hurting. I was walking my dog this morning. Lady stopped me and talked to me about how the Phillies lost. And I don't, you know what? I don't really blame too much of Thompson. We can, but I don't blame too much of him. The bats went cold. Like we scored 2 runs in 3 games. You know what I mean? You can't do that in the series. Just can't. You know what I mean? You can't. The bats went cold. So, there's a lot of finger pointing to go around, but the Fightins had a hell of a season. Hell of a season. Hopefully they make the changes they need coming back next year. And we'll see. People talking about Wheeler, all that stuff, man. But it's NFL Week 9, Sunday. Let's get into the games, man. We got the first game on the slate. Indianapolis Colts going to New England. This line is now -4.5. Total is 40.5. Money line -225. So today I got a lot of player props today. A lot of these lines are really kind of short. I mean, I feel like Vegas is putting in the fix on these. I mean, you got a rookie quarterback traveling New England going against Bill Belichick, and that line is -4.5. It was up. It was, I think it opened at 5.5, and now it got bet down a point to almost -4.5. So what are we seeing in this game to make money come in on the dog? So when I see stuff like that, I kind of stay away from the line. I would lean New England here. Um, I know Belichick's record against rookie quarterbacks is amazing. So I would lean New England here. I wouldn't mind putting them in a teaser, making them a home dog to win. But the one I do like is Pittman's over his receptions. He's had 6, 7, and I think 5 in the last 3 receptions, and 2 of them have been with Sam Ellinger or Essinger. I forgot how you say his name. Where is it? Where's he at? Is it Ellinger? Yeah, Ellinger, Sam Ellinger. So to me, that means he's quarterback proof at that point. So he's going to be the lead person. No Taylor, right? They're not going to be be able to run the ball. New England's got a solid defense. So I'm not going as over, but his receptions. He's going to be the main target. He's going to get at least 8 to 9 targets today. So I like Michael Pittman over his 4.5 target. You're going to pay a little bit of juice. It's right where it should be. I think at 4.5, you might find some shots that might have it at 5.5. You know what? Let me look at DraftKings real quick and see what is on over there. It might be a little bit more loose, juicier on that because you know what happens. See, FanDuel is a little bit behind on their odds. Let me see. Here we go. I'm just pulling up the other sports book real quick here. Receptions. So yeah, it's 4.5, but it's better though. It's -110 over at DraftKings. So you get a little bit cheaper on the money. But that's where it should be. It's under -120. Like who else is going to catch passes? You know what I'm saying? Like who else is going to catch passes on the Colts? Pierce is so low. It's at 2.5. Yeah, I really like Pittman here. I think he gets 5 to 6 catches today. So let's put that play in. Rams will win again. We'll get there. Yeah, I do like the Rams as a home dog today. Like I said, the lines are weird today, man. The lines are real weird today. You know what I mean? What's up, Tommy? The lines are real weird today. Let me no, let's how y'all like nah, I like that better. Just messing with the so y'all can see it a little bit better. Yeah, we'll get to that game. I think I'm gonna do a $10 holla bet. That means 10 plays for 10 grand. Yeah. We might put a little parlay together for today for that. But these are just our straight plays. These are the plays that I'm actually I'm betting myself. All the plays we put out are mostly all we bet ourselves. Sometimes the line change right before kickoff or right before we see something a little bit different. That's why you got to follow, right? You got to follow on our shorts, on MoneyPot Podcast YouTube or A2D Radio YouTube. You gotta follow, you gotta hit that subscribe, hit that notification button. If you're in here, man, hit that likes. We were killing likes last week. Let's get these likes up. All right, next game. Let's go back. All right, so Buffalo traveling to New York. This is almost like a home game for Buffalo as well. The line is -10.5. Total is 45.5. Not sure how New York is going to score. I mean, Buffalo is all Buff. It's really Buffalo or nothing. I'm going to put Buffalo in all my 3-team 10-point teasers. So you can lock that in for Buffalo just to get the win today. Sauce Gardner has been playing well, so I can't take anything from Sauce. So I wouldn't fade Diggs in his props, but I'm not sure if I'm looking at Diggs. I do like one play in this. Actually, I like 2 plays in this game. I do like Allen to score. If you look back at a lot of the Jets games, running quarterbacks have been able to rush the ball. I think in the Pittsburgh game, Pickett got 2 touchdowns that I saw earlier. So I do like plus 145 for Josh Allen to score. That's not a heavy play, right? This is just like maybe a half a unit or even a little poppy store money I will put on there. But the one play I do like that I'm really looking at is with Zach Moss leaving, it leaves really Allen and Singletary as the only running threats for Buffalo. I think this line is way too low. If you look back at the Jets' history here for all number one running backs or number one rushing threats, they've all hit over 50 5 yards in every single game this year. So I think Singletary gets the looks. I think he gets the usage. They're not going to want to rush Allen. Allen does rush the ball, but they're not going to want to rush him so much. Maybe closer to goal line, I can see Allen getting in a little bit more. But I like Singletary here over his 50 and a half yards. I think this number is way too low. I think this number should be more like 57 and a half or even 60, 62 and a half for Singletary for being the main running back. I don't think Allen's going to throw the ball all over New York, even though he could. Give me a Singletary right here over 50 and a half. I mean, let me, where's my pen? I don't got my pen. Damn. I ain't bring my pen. I got the bar. I don't got no pen. All right. We'll scratch it out. Look at, and also I lean first half. First half is 6.5 too for Buffalo. It makes a lot of sense for me for them to be up by six half. But like I said, line's kind of funny. New York's been playing somewhat well, but with I think Xavier Rhodes is playing. I think Tre'Davious White is playing. That doesn't smell good for Wilson. So give me first half also. Buffalo looks like that. What's the first quarter? -3.5. I bet is -3.5. They even have the spread up. Oh, -3. Kind of like that too. You think Buffalo gets out fast too as well. We'll come back to that. Let's keep this thing moving. All right. Next game. Now this game is weird because of the line. But we got the Miami Dolphins at Chicago Bears. Dolphins are favored by -4.5. Total is 45.5. There's a couple plays I like in this game, right? And there's two high end plays that I really like. So we all know Chubb got signed to the Dolphins and he signed a big contract. So I'm automatically going with Chubb to get a sack today. Plus 124. I really like this play. What's his name? What's homie's name? Fields. That's what it is. Fields has gotten sacked over 4 times in the last 3 games. You add a premier pass rusher like Chubb into the mix. I think he's going to want to show up, new look, new uniform, they're going to let him rush. He's not going to. I mean, I would think he might start, maybe, but he's got to still learn the playbook. But in passing downs, you best believe Chubb will be on the field. I think he's got about 6 sacks already. So I like Bradley Chubb to get a sack today. I'm getting plus money on that. So I really like that play. Another play I do like is Montgomery over 50 yards. I think that Montgomery doesn't get because he's been on a bad team for years. He doesn't get the respect that he actually deserves. He's going to get the rock at least 15 to 17 times a game. And I think that they're going to want to keep this offense off the field. So for just game flow theory, it makes sense to run the ball, whether it be Fields or whether it be Montgomery. So I think I like this Montgomery. I think this line is too low. Like him and Singletary, I think for them being the main ball carriers of their team, I think that it's just way too low of a rushing prop. So give me Dave Montgomery over his 50.5 yards. I really like this play. Miami Dolphins is also giving up over 60 yards to the number one rusher in the last 3 teams in the last 3 weeks. So I think the trend continues. I think he gets this just by usage, right? I think he gets this just by 15, by having 15 carries, maybe breaks one. Give me David Montgomery over 50.5 yards as well. We line them up. See, they won't even let me parlay them Jones because they know them Jones going to hit, right? They ain't going, you know what I mean? What's up, bro? What's up, Pete? What's going on, baby? And if you guys are just joining, we just going through the lines right now. Just joining, wherever you're watching. If you're a new viewer, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit for MoneyPot Podcast and hit for A2D Radio. If you're a returning viewer, make sure you guys hit that like button, man. Because it's all about you. You guys help with the magic in the background as we continue to go through these plays. Let me see what's up. All right, cool. Let me see if get some. All right, cool. All right, let's keep it moving, baby. So this game, I have no idea what to do with this game. This is a bum bowl. Detroit Lions, who we thought they were, right? We was all hype about the Detroit Lions coming into the season, thinking that they were going to be good. They gave the Eagles a run for their money, game one. But the Detroit Lions are who we thought the Detroit Lions are, and they're 1-16. We keep talking about, oh, so close every week, so close, so close, so close. But they just don't. They just don't happen for them. This is actually a Detroit line, to be honest with you. But Green Bay is terrible. Now, Green Bay is terrible. And I just have no side on what to play here. Like I said, all these lines this week for Vegas is really interesting. But I do have a play here. We do know Swift is hurt. We do know that he's going to be in a limited role. So rolling the dice a little bit here, banking that they're not going to rush him from a rushing standpoint. It still will be Williams. And they're going to use Swift in third downs and really only for passing downs. Did they take it off? Oh, they took it off. They took off Swift's rushing. So he had a rushing prop for under 29.5 yards. I love that play. I really like that play. And they took him off. He must be out. Let me double check that. If y'all know, let me know too, because he must be out. Oh man, that was a good ass play. Anybody see that yet? Is DeAndre Swift out? Let's see if I can find that. They call him Daddy. What's up, boy? Got some sleep?
Yeah, man, a little bit. Goddamn Phillies.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The comment. First comment was about the Astros winning the series. I was like, damn, we starting off early like that?
Man.
Right? Like what
Uh,
why? Like why we starting off like that, bro? Like
Swift
really?
likely to play in a limited fashion, so he's downgraded to limited play.
Yeah, he had a great pump. They took it off the board. I'm really upset about that. That was a good play. So there was a Russian prompt for him for under 29.5 yards.
Mm.
And the fact that last week he only rushed the ball 4 or 5 times.
Mm.
And then he caught. I think he caught maybe a couple passes. Like I was gonna roll the dice on that one, but they took it off. The Williams is not even up. It's just all Green Bay. I gotta see if I can find that prompt.
It's amazing how people are just injury riddled. You know what I mean? Like the same players get hurt every year in, year out.
Yeah, and he puts in work too with his pop being a personal trainer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
I
sometimes
forget
you can't fade the
what their
injury
gym
bug.
is called, right here in Philly, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I forget what the gym is called, but yeah, it's just crazy. I'm looking
It'd
for
be the
that
same
prompt.
players every year that just can't stay
hmm
on the field.
They can't say. Nah, he's not up here. He is not up here. Wow. Damn, I missed out on that one. All right. We'll keep this thing moving. A lot of weird lines this week, Diddy. A lot
Yeah,
of
man,
weird lines this week.
this is a tough week.
Yes, it is a tough week. Didn't really have much in the beginning here that you of some of the games that you missed. I said, load me up on Buffalo and all 10-point teasers.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, that's a given. I do like Bradley Chubb to get a sack here, plus money.
Out
At
the
plus
gate.
124. Yeah, I do. I do. Fields gets sacked four. He's gotten sacked over four times the last three games, and four times five out of the last six games.
Hmm.
So they're going to get to the quarterback. You know what I mean? And I think it's worth. They just paid this man. He ain't going to be sitting on the bench, right? You know what I mean? They ain't going like, oh, let's bring him in slow. I think he'll be out there on passing downs because at that
Right.
point it's just go get the quarterback. You know what I mean? So um, I like this at plus money. What else I like? I like Pittman over his receptions, 4.5 receptions as well. He looks to be quarterback proof. Um, and they just don't have anybody. Taylor out today. No, Hines is gone. No receiving. No threat on offense outside of Pittman. This is just going to be usage for me. So give me Pittman over his 4.5. And then I think this was a sneaky play with Singletary with Buffalo. No Zach Moss anymore. Singletary really becomes the lead cow here. I think he gets this by just usage. New York has given up over 60 yards to the last number one receiving threat. Rushing threat in the last four games. So I think this is just a usage play where Singletary gets his yards, and so would Montgomery. Very underrated here. Montgomery too. Miami's in the same boat, giving up over 60 yards in the last three or four games to their number one rushing threat. Again, this almost useless. These guys are going to get the ball 15 times a game, and all they have to
Hmm.
do is average 3 yards a pop to get to even to sniff this. So, um, little under the radar plays, not so much looking at I thought Waddle might be a play here, but this line is short to me. I don't know if there's a weather-ish thing. I know Chicago's won a couple and look kind of better, but this I'm not sure how. Chicago just got rid of their top two defensive playmakers, leaders, Quinn and Smith. So
Hmm.
I'm not sure. Like that's going to affect this defense. You just don't plug and play and replace those guys. So I was looking at team totals for Miami. I think it was a 24 and a half that I was looking at, but I like the Montgomery play a little bit better because you need to keep Miami off the field, their offense off the field, and then you do that by running the ball.
I mean, you can make
So,
some good valid points definitely in those games. I would look at some props for Tua and the receivers on Miami here too. The only question is how the weather is out there in Chicago. I know it was windy out there all yesterday with the college games.
hmm
I think it might be still windy today, so that could be that could play in Chicago's favor here. Um,
okay,
I know Wilson. Am I right or wrong? Didn't Wilson go to Miami for the 49ers? Think he's
he
over there
did. Jeff
too.
Wilson.
But Jeff Wilson, yeah. So they got a couple running backs. I think it's going to be a running back game probably because of the win.
Yeah.
So I just keep a close eye on the win. That's probably why the line is short. I might play in Chicago's flavor there. What was the other two games you had looked at?
Like I said, just kind of starting off early. It was just the Colts game. I was in this side. Like
Oh,
I
the
said, I
Colts.
had Pittman, Colts, and Patriots.
Hmm.
I lean New England, right? Just Belichick's track record against new, rookie quarterbacks. Even though Ellinger's been in the league, what 2 years, maybe I think now 2-3 years.
Yeah.
But it's just his record against, play callers that are fresh and new is just, it's almost impeccable. So I would lean New England. The only problem I have is I think this line started at 5.5, and it kind of
Hmm.
just kind of just dropped. So I don't, and I'm getting gun shy too because of what we saw yesterday from college, right?
Yeah.
From
I think it's
you
going to be the
know,
same
from
thing in the NFL. I really do.
yeah, from Tennessee, Bama, just getting a little bit of gun shines, with the okie doke that Vegas is pulling with the line. So I still lean because of the trend. I still lean New England here. Um, but you know,
I mean, the only thing
I
is
don't
that New England's
that money
offensive line,
dropping is a little little
because New
weird to me.
England's
That's why.
offensive line has been shit. You know what I'm saying? So Mac Jones, whoever's playing quarterback besides Zappy, that he gets the ball out pretty quick, has been
Hmm
getting rushed. He's been getting rushed all every time he plays. So I think Indianapolis can get after Mac Jones. I would
Okay.
look at Deion Jackson's props. What we got for Deion Jackson? I really like that kid. Um, I would look at his rushing and receiving yards. Obviously, Jonathan Taylor won't be playing. When Deion Jackson came in those last 2 games, and that Jonathan Taylor was out, he balled out. I think one game he had over 100 yards rushing. Other game he had close to 80 or 90.
So you said his rushing?
Look at his rushing and receiving. Maybe combo play.
Uh, Player rushing receiving. 81.
Yeah, I would look over that.
Okay.
With Ellinger, I think he's going to definitely have to lean on the run game, get the ball out pretty quick against that Patriots defense. Who the best to do that? In Deion Jackson. So I think that's a good play there.
Yeah, I wasn't
Um,
looking at that, but it's a good call.
yep, yep.
Yeah, I know he had didn't he have one game he had like 10 catches or something like
hmm
that?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was balling. He's been
He
every
was
time he
balling.
got a chance to play. So I would definitely look at that. I mean, obviously he's not going to play over Jonathan Taylor,
Right,
but
right.
there's a lot of places he will start the way
Mm.
he's played anyway in the league.
All right.
So definitely look at Deion Taylor. What's the team total over for Indianapolis?
For Indianapolis, I think it was like 17 and a half when I was looking at it. That's funny how we think similar when we bet.
It's a 17 and a half.
I think it was. Yeah, bang, 17 and a half. Because I was looking at it. I was looking at the under there. I
Yeah,
love that hook. That hook is right on spot on.
yeah. That might be a lean to the under there, 17 and a half. I think
Mhm.
this is going to be a low scoring game.
Yeah, I
Um,
agree. I agree. And I'm just thinking about who's scoring for the Colts. Right? Who's
yeah,
going to score three
mhm,
touchdowns? Like who is it? Who's it going to be? Like even if Jackson gets in one, Ellington, is it Ellington? Sam Ellington?
Ellinger.
Ellinger, I'm sorry. Ellinger, if he throws for one, but then who's the third one? Is where I
hmm
was kind of looking. Like they don't have no Hines no more. Naeem Hines, he's gone.
Yeah,
Taylor's out. You know, I'm just thinking, in New England too. You know what I mean? I'm just like you said, low scoring game. That makes a lot of sense. Even teasing this up to over 50 and a
yeah.
half.
I think I would put that as a for a totals teaser. I would put team total under 50
Yeah.
and a
Man, I
half.
thought
We'll
I had
start
my
with that.
goddamn pen with me, and I don't. And yeah, bro, I got nothing but shot glasses and cups behind this joint. I got no
As you
pen.
as you should. You should be
Right.
getting it up.
Yeah. Right. What's up, Don? Appreciate you jumping on, man. Like I said, man, everybody who's jumping on, man. What's up, Chuck? Pete, Sam, Simon. If you guys are just watching for the first time, man, like I said, keep hitting that like button. Keep hitting that subscribe button. It does wonders on the back end for us. You guys are all part of the magic. So, keep doing what you're doing. I promise you, we haven't put up no cash apps or Venmos yet. See, like, look at this line. Oh no, the line just jumped. Okay, that makes sense then. I was about to say, I thought the line went down. All right, we got Minnesota traveling to Washington. I don't know if this is the first time that Kirk Cousins has been back to Washington since he's left. I feel like it hasn't been.
No, it
But
hasn't.
uh, Vikings short line, Vikings -3, totals 43 and a half. What I was on this play is I'm all over with like I got this trend with these new guys at new teams. I really like TJ Hawkinson here. I think it's worth I think it's worth the odds here to sprinkle a little bit of money on him to score today. Thielen has been hurt, and I know he had a bruised knee. They're trying to play it downplay, and the only reason why I know that because he's on my fantasy team. So I know he's hurt. So I don't know how much I trust this. And we all know from past experiences with Kirk Cousins, loves tight ends, loves good receiving tight ends, and that's what TJ is. So I like TJ's anytime touchdown here, and I really like TJ Hawkinson's receptions here of over 3.5 last time I checked. Yeah, 3.5 at plus 126. I think he gets 4. I think they get him going quick. He'll be right over the middle. If Washington somehow can neutralize Jefferson, they got to go somewhere else. And I think TJ Hawkinson, even Dalvin Cook will be a part of that. I'm not sure what Thielen's going to do today because I still think he's banged up. So give me those two prop plays, man. I'm definitely on those prop plays with TJ Hawkinson over his receiving and anytime touchdown score.
Yeah, I agree. I think TJ Hawkinson should make an imprint in the game today. Definitely, I think they want to probably get him, accumulate to the offense.
Mm-hmm.
Cousins to get that connection going early. Hawkinson's a good football player. I think he won't have any problem adjusting. I also like Cook's receiving and
Okay,
receiving props.
that makes sense.
I think last week he was getting smashed with the receiving yards.
He's slow. I mean, he's under 13 and a half. Let me
Yeah,
see.
I think it's pretty low. So I like the over there. Washington can kind of get after the quarterback. You'll need those quick flare routes. I think Chase Young is back today. That should be a big help to Washington.
Is
This
he?
line, yeah, I believe he is back today.
Let me see.
Um, and this line's a little short, makes it a little scary. I think I had this at like about 3.5, 4.5 for Minnesota. I'm not sure if Minnesota's getting the respect they need. They are what, a 6-1 team. Um,
I don't. Yeah, I mean, I think Washington's won 3 in a row, so
right.
they're kind of coming on a little bit here.
Yeah.
But this, like you said, this line is short, and I think it shows that the books still don't trust Kirk Cousins.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't
I
even
would
think
agree.
about. I'm trying to look if they have anything about
Chase Young.
Chase Young. Yeah,
Yeah, I
I mean,
believe
he's
I
going to
took
be on a snap count for sure.
he's coming back, but let me just double check really quickly.
Because I thought that defensive line was hurt. Like, it wasn't like Payne hurt
You mean Jared
or
Allen?
some,
I
or
think
was
it's
it
Allen,
Allen?
right?
Is it Allen that's
Allen.
hurt?
I think it's Allen, but Jonathan Allen's back.
Okay.
Um, but I believe Chase is back too. I feel like I read that.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like. I think this
You
should be
think
interesting.
Washington wins here?
No, I don't. But that line is a little fishy to me. Plus
Yeah.
3. I had at least 4.5, 3.5 around there for Minnesota. So
Uh-huh.
getting that line, I'm thinking like, darn, do I take that 3, buy half a point, get it under? Washington has been playing really good football. It is a little wet outside as I'm looking out in the Philadelphia weather. Our weather and Washington weather are usually similar. Um,
Hmm. Didn't even think about the weather for this
so
Washington
you'll
game.
see probably more ground attack. Um, yeah, I think I'm looking here on the over 43. Um,
Oh.
so maybe teasing them up to 33. I would love that.
All right, let's take a look at it. Over and tease this down to 33.
So
Yeah,
we
that
so
makes
we
a
had
lot of
we
sense.
had the other game, Indianapolis Colts and Patriots. We teased them down to 50 and going down in the under, and then we can go 33 over 33, tease us up to 33 and go over it.
Hmm. Hmm. Let me yeah, I like that. Let me just check this weather report. Uh NFL. What was it? What's the joint that used to be? It was like RotoWire or something.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's something like that. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you got on the mark.
Yeah, no, nothing.
What
74 overcast.
overcast? Okay, it was raining up
Yeah.
here, so
Yeah, nothing running.
yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I think it'll be a tight game. I think it'll be close to that number at 43 number between both teams. So that's why I like it being over 33. I think you're easily going to get at least one team in the 20s, say 24-17, 24-20, or maybe like, if anything, it'll be 17-20.
Yeah.
You're going to get over I think you'll get over the 33 for sure.
Right.
So that'll be a play for me.
All right. All right, next game. Keep this thing. Now this is a game, man. I've been Sharp will tell you. I've been fading Cincy since day one. Because I've
Fade new?
never thought
Oh,
Cincinnati.
Cincy. Yeah.
Because I just don't think they're that good. Right? They got all this star power, best receiving core in the league, and they don't win games or win games that they should. And I was looking at back PJ Walker. I just can't put money on PJ Walker. Um, but I wouldn't mind teasing Carolina up. I don't see Cincy blowing them out by 2 or 3 touchdowns. I just don't. Especially with no Chase. We saw what this team was with no Chase. Now, obviously, this week coming up, they should make some adjustments and be able and being better prepared. But he's obviously a big part of their offense, and he changes the game for them. And and then they lost a Awuzie, one of their starting corners. So they're down two impact starters on both sides of the ball. And I think this line is high, and I think that this game is going to be a lot closer than it really should be.
Hmm.
I would lean the dog here with the 7. It was at 7.5. It looked like it got bet down to 7. It's staying right there. Um, and I think I said this before when it was at 7.5. This is a teaser buster, right? A lot of people are gonna be looking to tease Cincinnati just to
Yeah,
get the win, and I think it's a teaser buster for me. Now, good teams beat bad teams. We've seen this, for most of the part, especially from your Philadelphia Eagles, right? Good teams beat bad teams. Cincinnati should beat this Carolina team, but the way they're running the ball with Foreman right now, you can tell they're still not all together because DJ Moore made a dumb play last week, cost his team the game.
definitely did.
Um, and if they would have won this game, if they would have won that game last week, this line would probably be like 4.5. I bet this
You
guy,
think this
this
is a
this
down
wouldn't be.
spot for Carolina?
Say that again.
You think it's a down spot for Carolina here?
I mean, if they would have won this game, I probably would have backed Cincy in this game.
Mhm,
If
mhm.
Carolina won last week, I would think I would back Cincy here. But since the loss, it's just the way they lost too. They lost in a bad way with Carolina. And then PJ Walker had a game last week. I think he threw for almost 300 yards. Does he still do that? You know, I don't know. I think Foreman gets off. I do like the one play I do like after all that talking bullshit. Just give you the play was I do like DJ Moore still over his
Receptions.
yards.
Okay.
Yeah, well over his yards, his 63 and a half. I think, especially with Awuzie out on the opposite side. When you look at this list, and I'm looking at the receiving list for Carolina, it's Moore. It really is. There's really nobody else. And I think PJ has honed in on more. Last 2 games, he's at over 240 yards and 12 catches. So I feel like he should walk into this. And since he's ahead, which they very might well be, Carolina is going to be passing just to catch up. So the game flow, either way, if Carolina's winning or Carolina's losing, or even Carolina's competing in the game, Moore's going to be a part of that. And I think he tightens up, from last week. And I think he still gets this number at 63 and a half. So give me DJ Moore over 63 and a half. And I would lean Carolina. And I'm scared, bro. I'm scared. But I'm I'm thinking about putting them in that 10-point teaser with Buffalo.
Yeah, see, I don't like betting bad teams. I think
That's
Cincinnati's
the
a bad
problem.
team. I
Yeah.
think Carolina's a bad team. Obviously, why? We don't know why Cincinnati's a bad team. I think they
Hmm.
lost their explosion with Jamar Chase being out. So I'm not in the boat of this is going to be a shootout and it's going to have to force Carolina to start passing the ball. They're not. That's not how they're going to run with be successful with PJ Walker. You can see last week it was a shootout and Deontay Foreman still had about 20 plus carries. Um, so for me, I'm all about Deontay Foreman in this game. You can see what his props are. Hopefully, the Vegas hasn't caught up to that yet. If it's anything close to 70 or 67
I think
total
it's
yards,
80.
is it
No,
80?
71, 71,
Oh,
71 and a
whew.
half.
Give me over that. Give me over. What's how many carries? What's his total
What's his
carries?
attempts? I didn't look at
Maybe
that.
15 and a half. I'm going to go
16
over
and a half.
16.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are two I like. I think they're going to start, continue to pound the ball. That's what they're
Yeah, and
successful
since
at.
he's a little bit leaky, see, since he gives up yards on the
Yeah,
ground.
I love that. I love that the props for Deontay Foreman.
Yeah, I mean,
Back-to-back
this
games,
makes
over
sense.
100 yards rushing.
Yep,
You can just tell they're committed to the run with him,
they are. Yeah.
and he's shown it. He's a big back.
Hmm.
You might even see him get in the end zone also. So maybe anytime touchdown.
I like this play. I was looking at this play. I thought it was a little bit high, but when I look at his attempts at 16 and a half and it's minus 132, they might give him the ball 20 times today.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So I'm gonna
Yep.
add that to my list as well. I like that Deontay Foreman over 71.5 yards. Good play.
Yeah. As
Good
far as
play.
the game wise, too many points for Cincinnati, and I can't trust Carolina. That's where we are here. I
Yeah,
mean,
I agree to the poll. 17.
team
Oh yeah,
totals it go either way.
yeah. You know what? You know what? Let me put that up. I didn't even ask y'all yet. Since we got some people out here, man, hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button. Like I said, we always love that. Um, you already know, right? You guys see the bar. If you don't know, I started a show today at 7 o'clock on MoneyPot Podcast YouTube, and we're taking shots on the minute for every win until we get to the very end, and hopefully, I'm still standing. Right. So last week, we did seven. We had 7 wins, 7 shots in 7 minutes. Didn't end at 7 minutes because them things caught up with me quick. And we went from a 7 minute show to damn near a 45-minute show because I I couldn't get a train. It took me a while to get my thoughts together during live on the
That's a
show.
lot
So
of shots, bro. Maybe cut them shots in half. Don't hurt yourself now.
no, yeah, I know. No, I'm good. I'm good.
So
So now,
I see more victories ahead. So you might be taking a lot
yes,
more
I
shots.
know, I know. So yeah, I was saying that on the show. I was like, we might have to open this up to like a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes, just to get some filling in between. But it was fun. A lot of people enjoyed it. So today, if you haven't subscribed to MoneyPot YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to MoneyPot YouTube because we're doing 8 shots for 8 wins in 8 minutes. So make sure you stick around later tonight for that. Get it right in before the Sunday night game, and then we talk about the plays for Sunday night too on the show too. You know, some things that we saw, how the day went. We do a quick recap of how the day went, and then we're going to take some of that money that we won from the day, put it on some plays for Sunday night football, or just say, hey, we had a good weekend.
Last week was the easiest game. I think that was probably the easiest game of the year. That last Sunday night game, the Bills.
Oh
Any
yeah,
open teasers was perfect for them.
yeah, facts. All right, let's get back to the games. Also, yeah, and just to ask you guys on the poll question, right? I forgot where I was going with that. Is it too early? You think? It's already picked up steam, right? And I feel like this question. I feel like my timing on this undefeated thing has been off because I talked about them going undefeated almost a month ago,
Mhm.
right? Like I was talking about it when they were only 4-0 because I saw the schedule. And I'm like, yo, they gonna be favored in every game, and they're not facing no competition. You don't get to the end of the competition until they're almost 11 and 12 and 0. And at that point, they're looking at like, oh, we can really go undefeated. And then, some people have said like, hey, maybe they take their and pull their starters. And I just don't think that's the DNA of these guys. From Sirianni to Hertz, they're going to want to be a part of history. But it's already coming up now. Like you already see podcasts, you see shows, you see all the media kind of catching on because it's a story, right? It's always a story when you're chasing history. So it's a story right now. When are they going? It's not even if they're going to go undefeated. It's like almost when they're going to lose. Who's going to be able to beat them? And people are not looking at it to what maybe that Christmas game in Dallas with Dak
Mm.
back, maybe, or one of them Giants game because they play the Giants. I figured somebody else, and then Dallas, and then Giants in a month, which is a tough slate, right? Two of those games are away. So to me, I'm gonna have to disagree to the poll because we're already here, right? So that's why I said my timing is a little bit off on this poll question because I couldn't find that middle ground. I was way early with thinking undefeated, and now I'm probably a little bit late with even bringing it up as a poll question now. But I still think it's still relevant because that's going to dominate Philly sports talk moving forward, right? We'll have some backlash and some not backlash, but some conversations about what the Phillies are going to do. Nobody's going to talk about the Unions loss. Sorry, that's already over. But it's going to be more about the Phillies, and then where are the Sixers? Long season, but they're banged up right now. But where are the Sixers, kind of, and what that looks like, and then all day Eagles, all the way until February. So So let me know what y'all think. Agree or disagree to the poll right now. Like I said, I was a month ahead. Now maybe I'm a week or two late. But, you know, check out the show for sure on MoneyPot Podcast. 8 shots today in 8 minutes for 8 wins.
Can we touch up on one thing though?
Yeah.
You ready for this one?
Go ahead. I'm listening.
There was a gentleman, a really nice gentleman that plays for the Philadelphia Eagles that was getting hammered by this person called Moss Money preseason and all that shit. I think his first name.
You talking about Sandals?
Begins with an M. His last name begins with an M.
You talking about Sandals?
I want to just let the viewers know.
Go ahead, let them know.
As I respectfully
respected
that young man in his game and said, hey, all he needs is opportunity. He needs to get the carries. And we see what would happen if he does that. Thank you, Nick Sirianni, for believing in the run game. This man disrespected Miles Sanders, said he can't do this, he's garbage, he's blah, 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 to the point that Miles had to make a comment about it.
Oh, yeah, no, he did.
So
he did say something
of Miles, because I've always supported Miles.
Yeah.
I appreciate the hard work that you put in this year. Getting in the end zone, like Nate said you wasn't doing. That's 6 touchdowns.
I'll let you do it yourself. Go ahead.
That's 6 touchdowns this year. Top 6 in rushing yards this year. Top 5 in rushing touchdowns this year. Dominating the ball. We have a run game, and it's all because of Miles Sanders. So I want to give you your flowers.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nate, can you please explain to yourself how you feel today, halfway through the season, and your comments from Miles Sanders?
You know what? You win some and you lose some, right? You win some and you lose some, but I still think that they question that.
I don't need we don't need a Kyrie Irving's type of apology. I just want you to apologize.
Apologize
for the
I don't know
disrespect.
if I can apologize.
See, pride. Pride is the problem in our society today. People are just too prideful just to say, you know what, I was wrong, and I apologize to you, Miles Sanders. That's all you have to do.
Okay. Apologize to Miles Sanders.
There we go. The backhand apologies. Once again, pride.
Pride.
We got to give flowers when they're due. The man worked hard.
Okay, you know what?
We're 8-0.
All right, here you go. I'll give it to you. Miles, if you're watching, if this gets to you, I do want to apologize up until this point that you have done what you said you have done. Is earning, right? You didn't earn it all yet, but earning the respect of your teammates, your peers in this city, in this podcast. Because without you, young fella, we are probably not undefeated because you've had some games where they linked on you and you showed up.
Amen.
You delivered when we needed long drives to get in. Like you have in your career as well. I'm not even going to take that away from you. There's been times when they linked on you and you made a big play, you made a big run, you got a big first down, and it was on because of you. Now let's finish because we've seen this before. Can we finish the rest of the way? And that's what I want to see from Miles Sanders. And I want to see you get paid, brother. I do. I want to see you get paid, whether it's here, somewhere else. I want to see you get paid for the talent that you are.
I appreciate that. That was
no problem,
that's a big man move. I wish more people can do that. Understand where they lost and you know what? You got me. So Miles, we appreciate you. If you have any tickets available, just let me know. I'm available. Radio. I'm here, man. I'm a big fan.
I like it. All right, let's go. Los Angeles Chargers versus Atlanta Falcons. This line had dropped again. Plus 20. Minus 2.5. Total is 49.5. I'm on Atlanta on here. I would take a bite of the money line here. Los Angeles is decimated. The Chargers are decimated. No Williams, no Allen. I even think DeAndre Carter is supposedly hurt as well with a hamstring injury.
No, he's illness. I think it's illness.
Oh, is it an illness? Yeah, I think you're right, actually, now that I think about it. So
Another player that's always hurt. Who's that? Keenan Allen, another one that can never stay
yeah,
on the field.
Keenan
He's
always gets hurt. So this is Atlanta's game to really take control of of the South. Um, they're who would ever thought that Marcus Mariota, Atlanta Falcons, would be in the driver's seat possibly and taking this division, and they need this win back. It's in
I did.
Atlanta. Oh, you did? You had
Yeah.
Atlanta? You liked
One
Atlanta?
one of my one of my first bets this year was Atlanta Falcons team total over 4.5 wins
Oh, we can get it today, right?
for the big money.
Yeah, like
I
that.
had three units on that one. I
Mm,
just I just felt like Mariota would bring a different dynamic that
mm-hmm.
some defenses will have trouble with, and we're seeing that now. I'm not saying Atlanta's a good team. I think they just shortfalls on the roster, but I think they can, like you say, win ugly wins, ugly wins, ugly wins. And that's all it takes. Drake London
Yeah,
coming around. I think they got Patterson back today. The line is telling me Atlanta. I may just be a watch and see, but I like your lean here or I like your pick on Atlanta here.
yeah,
Plus.
and they're actually in my second leg of my teaser with Buffalo.
Okay, yeah, I like
To
that.
give them the give them the plus 12.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think that
like if
the
they
bets
lose
are
this
tight.
game, they lose by a touchdown. I don't think they get blown. I don't think they lose by 2 scores
No,
because I'm not sure who can score outside of Eckler on the Chargers. He's
yeah,
going to have nowhere to throw. So I would be looking at Eckler all overs. I mean, look at his receptions. They're 6.5.
yeah,
He's a running back. Um, and I would be looking at Everett over as well because
yeah.
it's all they have. I mean, I know this Palmer's there. Um, I know AJ Terrell's out for Atlanta, but I mean, do we really think is Palmer going to really go off here? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, what's his props?
Who Palmer?
Palmer.
Palmer's 58.5 with
What's
over and
his
under five and a
receptions?
half. Over and under 5.5.
5.5. Yeah, I would take his over.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think
yeah,
last week he had
but
close to
just
10 receptions. Just because, like you said, it's not enough. There's no receivers out there. He's going to trust Palmer. Palmer can catch them short passes. I'm sure he'll get them stop back routes, back shoulder routes. He'll catch a few of
mhm.
those. I do like Josh Palmer over 5.5. I think that's a good line there.
Yeah, no, I can't agree with you more. Um, you know, but yeah, man, this is gonna be a tough game without your top two receiving threats, and they're daring you to run the ball. So it'll be interesting how this game kind of plays out. But like I said, I like the over with Atlanta teasing them up to plus 12.5. And then I kind of like teasing up the total because the total was at 50. So I was thinking about teasing it up to almost 60.
And coming down.
Yeah, and doing the under. Because I don't think the chart I don't know how to chart like who's gonna score in the chart? Who's gonna have
It's
multiple touchdowns?
certain games, certain teams. I don't deal with the totals a lot. Atlanta's one of them.
Nah.
Any games with
Okay.
Atlanta, I think they can go up, they can go down, they're gonna fight, they're
Mhm.
gonna score. So I just like for me, I don't even want to risk any type of total bets with these guys because you never know what you're gonna get. You
Yeah.
really don't. So
Yeah.
even if you did say, "Oh, this looks good," and then next thing you know, it's gonna be 38 to 32, and you're like,
Mm.
"God damn." So
Yeah.
if maybe
Agreed.
anything you want to just look at a solo bet of Los Angeles Chargers team total under and look at it that route,
Yeah, I was just looking at that. It was at 20, 25.5.
25.5. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's because Atlanta's defense is leaky.
Hmm.
I mean, this is why this
Yeah.
totals up.
So
They
that's not a
score.
play for me. I wouldn't touch the total there.
Yeah, good call. I'll stay off it. All right. Next game, we got the Raiders versus Jacksonville. Um, both West Coast teams traveling east. Um, Raiders are favorite, believe it or not, minus 2.5. Total is 47.5. The only person I can back, well, only two people I can back in this game. I think Devontae Adams bounces back from his illness game that he had last game. Um, so all his player props would be over for me. His 74.5 and his total receptions. What they are 6.5. That all makes sense. I think Waller's playing today. I'm not sure. It doesn't look like he's on here. or not. So, and it's possible. But the one guy that I've drafted him in fantasy, and he's kind of on fantasy has been is Travis Etienne.
Hmm.
He's had explosive runs for the last 3 or 4 weeks of over 40 yards, and I think they haven't caught up. So his over longest rush of 17 and a half, all over this. Way too low for how explosive he is going against a bad Raiders team. Um, I think he gets this in the first half.
What,
Like I
17
said,
carries?
no, longest rush.
Longest rush. Oh, okay, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
17 and a half. He's had rushes of 48, 49, 47 all in the last 3 games since he's become the lead back. Just too explosive of a player. I
Yeah, I
really
know.
like this play.
I know. Raiders rush defense is top 10, so just be wary of that. They do well against the run. So, um, but like I said, I think that's worth the gamble. He's explosive. If he gets loose, that off. I know they kind of play that zone run offense. So, if he gets a crease, he can go for that 20 yard
Yeah.
or more.
So 49 against Denver, 49 against the Giants, 48 against the Colts, and 30 against Houston. Is his
There you go.
longs in the last 4 games. He's hit this in all 4 games.
It's good value.
And that's when they were starting to give him the ball. Right? That's when the usage kind of picked up. Because
Hmm.
other than that, he hadn't have a carry for over 10 carries. So once he starts getting carries, he'll get loose. I understand now the Raiders are a good defense on rushing defense, but
Yeah,
I like this good versus good here. I
yeah, it's
think this
good.
is too low.
Good opportunity there for sure.
Yeah. And he's been running like a madman too. Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, he had a terrible game last week. Hopefully, he can get back on track. He's on my fantasy team, so I need all the help I can get. I've been hit with the injury bug. I started five. I think I was 5-1. I've lost the last 2 games. My team is
Hmm.
decimated. I got almost 6 players on one team hurt.
I
Just had to
kind of
drop
like.
2 of them. I had to drop
Hmm.
2 of my players. Michael Thomas had to drop. I had to drop um,
I was gonna
Josh.
say talking about somebody always hurt, but not really. Just have
I
been
mean, the
hurt the
last
last
three
couple of
years, Michael
years.
Thomas. Yeah, that's another one. I had Dobbins always hurt. Just can't get on the field. He's had to drop him. So yeah,
You just made me think because I know this Jacksonville defense is a little bit leaky um, from a rushing standpoint, and I'm looking back for the month of October, they gave up a rushing touchdown in every game.
the Raiders,
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville. Well,
Yeah,
hopefully Josh can get going.
yeah, I like Josh to score here. I think that's going to be an ad for me late here, minus 125, and they don't got nobody else besides Adams. I think that makes sense. Give me Josh Jacobs to score. I'm going to add that in there too as well.
I mean, what's happened to Hunter Renfro?
I don't know. It's Carr. I don't know what's whatever is with Carr. It is.
Yeah, it's
I don't
pretty
know.
interesting that whole
Yeah.
dynamic.
What's up, Rob? You like the Commanders today? Yeah, that line is short, man. That line is short. That line is really short at +3, and it's with a 6-1 team coming in. It does smell like Washington there. So yeah, we'll see how that plays out. We had no side on that game.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I said
because
I lean Minnesota. I mean, I'm not worried about Kirk Cousins until it's a prime time game. So this
yeah,
is a nice built game for him at 1 o'clock. I think, and he's going back home to watch, or I don't want to say home, his drafted team of Washington. Mind you, they drafted 2 quarterbacks in the same draft.
right.
People forget about
Yeah.
that. It was a Kirk Cousins, and who was the other quarterback? Oh shit,
Um, who was the? Because
Kirk
they
Cousins
took.
was the second quarterback.
Yeah, Cousins was the second quarterback. Who
Who was the
was the
first
first
quarterback?
quarterback?
I can't think.
Was it the black dude, light
No,
skinned dude, or was he already there?
I don't think it was a black guy.
I forget his name, but he was a good game manager. He was okay. I forget
Mhm.
his name. I forget who you're talking about.
But anyway,
Yeah,
I think he does well. I lean Minnesota. I think they're being disrespected. And I think this is the week that is their line's going to start adjusting to who they are. But they're a good team.
they are a good team. I mean, they're 6-1, so and they lost
Damn,
to
who
their
they
undefeated
lose
Eagles.
to?
Lost to the Eagles.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. In Philly too, baby. Come on now.
Yeah. Did they even play that game? Kirk Cousins prime time. That's what it was.
Yeah,
Kirk
it was
Cousins
Kirk Cousins
prime
prime time. I
time.
don't think he's
He
won in
does what
prime time
he
yet.
does what he does. What do you have,
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 picks?
I forget what he had. It wasn't close though. It wasn't a close
13
game.
teaser. Carolina, Titans, and
Tennessee and the
Rams.
Rams.
Going for the doggies, the doggy dogs.
Yeah, there's a lot of people backing the dogs today.
Hey, you know what I would do? I would probably go Atlanta there versus
Carolina.
I would put Atlanta, yeah, than Carolina.
Yeah.
I mean, Carolina has 17 points.
I
It's a lot of,
I was
a lot of
thinking I
points.
like Carolina at 17, man. Just it's not backing Carolina, it's fading Cincy.
Yeah.
That's how I'm looking. It's not like I'm not, you know what I mean, I'm fading the line of Cincy that
But
the
then I feel like
Cincinnati.
I'm putting my trust in the TJ Walker. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
17 points is a lot of points.
it's a lot of points.
But if Cincy gonna
It's a
show
lot of
out,
points. Team coming
it
off
would
a
be this game, right? It wouldn't this be the bounce back game from their Cleveland game, Cleveland
Cleveland
embarrassment.
ass whooping.
This would be the bounce back game, right? No
It
fuck
would
around,
be.
put up 38 points against,
It would be. It would be.
but good luck on that. I mean, it looks good. That looks good.
Tampa stinks. I like the Ram as well. And then Titans will be their first loss. Henry's a problem for everybody. But we are our rushing defense is leaky without no big fella in the middle for sure. Don returning, man. What's good, brother? You didn't switch up. You go with the winning team in Detroit. Winning in Michigan. You switch it up, huh? You don't got no more Hoskins up there. Hoskins. I can't even say his name
Well,
wrong.
Detroit ain't never win, so he had Detroit up there for a long time. So that ain't right. Don, I'm gonna defend
It's
you.
the bad boys, right? Since the
I'm gonna defend
Pistons.
you. Yeah, but I feel you. Go ahead, take advantage of the winning Michigan Wolverines, man. You gotta take advantage of them.
Yeah, Alabama comes and can kiss them playoffs goodbye. Yeah,
Sure
Bama's
can.
done.
Absolutely,
Sure
Bama
can.
is done. Clemson
Bama
done
is
too.
done. And we talked
Welcome,
about that on
Michigan.
Friday. We talked about. We talked about how and down there with Brian Kelly and LSU talked about. I should have pulled the trigger. I don't know why I didn't. I don't know why I didn't.
Yeah, that game, that Alabama game prior to that, when they blew out somebody. I thought they were kind of like righting the ship after that loss, but that was just embarrassing.
Yeah, I can't blame you, brother. Do your thing. Don, always appreciate you, man. You're a money pot. You're a money pot alum, veteran. All right, let's keep this
You
thing
gotta get that
going.
man a T-shirt, man.
Yeah. I'll get him some for sure. For sure. All right, so we only got 3 games left. Well, no, 4 games left. 2 games left on the only 2 games in the afternoon games, and then one on the Sunday night game, and then obviously Monday night. So we got Seattle and Arizona. Arizona's favorite, damn near a pick, -1.5. Total is 48.5. I didn't get a chance to look at this game too much as of yet. Obviously Arizona's a different team with Hopkins back, and you have to trust that. His over is probably over at like 90. Oh yeah, 84.5. And then his receiving prompt is what? 6.5. And look, it's -156 at 6.5. That's insane. I don't have I would lean to the over. I don't really have a side on this one. I would lean to the over. Do you think that rookie out there, what was he, like a 5th-round pick in Seattle? I think he's a big corner too. He's like 6'4".
Hmm.
You think he slows down Hopkins in this game?
I mean, I don't think you have to slow down Hopkins. I mean, Hopkins going to do. I mean, what are we saying? Hopkins going to do what Hopkins going to do at the end of the day.
Right.
He's one of the best receivers in the NFL, top 3 for sure when he's
Hmm.
healthy. But I believe in the Seattle team. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Mm.
I think the Seattle team is playing collective football. As a core, special teams, defense. Well, defense may be a little leaky, but offensively, I can't believe I'm even going to say.
Gino?
The way Gino's been playing has been. I mean, you got to give credit to what he's doing. And
Yeah.
then they added Kenneth Walker, who is a beast.
Yeah.
So I would look at
he
Kenneth
is.
Walker props anytime touchdown.
Hmm.
You want to talk about a kid that's coming in and making a name for himself? That's Kenneth Walker. I just think Gino's been managing the game, limiting the turnovers. I think he understands the system and what Pete Carroll wants, and he's been doing and executing. Arizona is, for me, with Arizona, teams like the Chargers, the coaches are going to always get in the way. They do not take the points when they need to take the points. They go for it on fourth down way too much. They turn over the ball way too much, and this is why they're always battling, or late in the season where they can't win.
Hmm.
Give me Seattle, man. They just travel well. They're coached well. I like Seattle here.
So you think Seattle beats them twice?
I, I think the
I
better
forgot they
team is.
played each other.
I think the better
Uh,
team is Seattle.
Say that again.
I think the better team is Seattle.
Seattle.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not going to put a whole bunch of money on it, but I'll take a
Yeah,
little
yeah, yeah.
sprinkle on a money line here.
Like you said, a lot of dogs this week.
Yeah.
A lot of dogs this week. I would back the Kenneth Walker touchdown, anytime touchdown, like you said.
Mhm.
Um, I don't really have much on the side other than that on this game.
I mean, look at the line. The line opened at 3. It's now 1.5. I mean, uh, am I too late? I probably was,
Yeah.
but that's telling to me.
Did Seattle lose last week?
No,
They coming off a loss?
they beat the Giants. Giants came out
No, they
there with their
did.
chest
Yeah, they
all
beat the
pumped up
Giants.
and with
Yep.
the one loss and the coach running around and they got their ass whipped. You see what I'm saying? Like they got
That's
their
it.
ass whipped.
Shots at Thibodeau.
Yeah, shut the Thibodeau.
Thibodeau.
All you Giant fans, that was hype.
Yeah, I got some Giants fan in the Flames, so don't worry, man. I hear you. All right, maybe should be the marquee game of the week. Out of all these games, it should be the Rams and Tampa. But
Ain't
these
nobody watching
teams
that
are
shit.
3-4, 3-5. Um, you know, Los Angeles Rams traveling to Tampa. Tampa is still favorite -3. Total is 42.5. Tell me about this game, man. What you think?
How
Backing the
disappointing are
dog?
these two teams? I'm not backing nobody in this game. This game is trash. This seems like a Thursday night game. Two teams underperforming. Just
Hmm.
a bunch of stars that just not doing nothing. They're keep them at 3-4, 3-4, and 3-5.
Yeah,
You talking about the Super Bowl
crazy.
defending champions, and then
Yeah,
a
right.
Tom
The
Brady
two
led.
defending champions over what, the last 3 years? These two?
You're right. 3-4,
Yeah.
3-5. How disappointing. They can. I'll be watching and playing live on that one, and be
Mm,
nervous because these dudes are so inconsistent. So no,
yeah.
I don't have no play here. I don't know anything. I don't know what Tom Brady's going to do. What matter of fact, give me Matthew Stafford any interception over whatever it is. He's definitely throwing a pick.
He's definitely throwing the pick. It's probably gonna be Jesus. I bet you like -143. I'm gonna go with that. Oh, close.
What is it?
-130. I like that.
I mean, I feel like he's throwing a pick in every single game.
I think he
Oh,
has.
every game but last week, of course, against San Fran
I think he has.
in Arizona.
I mean, I think a lot of people said in the chat, I would lean Rams here. Um,
Ugh.
I c- but it's tough. You know, what I mean, I was thinking about leaning Rams. I mean,
Is
Winfield's
Cooper
out.
Cup healthy? He got
That's
the
the
ankle injury?
question. They say he's good to go, but we'll see. We'll see what that actually looks like. Um, I mean, and both these teams are on losing streaks. The Bucks have lost 3 in a row. I don't even know if Tom's ever lost 4 in a row in his life. Especially on the field. So, and he lost to bad teams. They lost to the Steelers. They lost to the Panthers, and then they lost to a good Ravens team. So, yeah, I mean, I mean, the Bucks is a must-win game for the Bucks. I mean, must-win game for both of them, but I think more so the Bucks to stay in that NFC South picture, for them to even sniff or even look at the playoffs. So now that I'm talking it out loud,
And I
I
saw
kind of
this coming because I had Tampa Bay not to make the playoffs. So
yeah, so do I.
I had that early in the season. So I was
Yeah,
on top of that.
I got them 3-1 to not make the
Yeah.
playoffs. So, but I mean, Winfield is out from what I can tell. Gage is out, but I think the receivers are somewhat healthy. Maybe I'll back some props here. Michael Evans was cleared to play, but maybe I'll back some Chris Godwin props here. But like you said, um, I would probably I would probably tease this total up just because this offense has been so bad. And can't put points on the board, and neither can the Rams. Um,
Nah, I wouldn't touch that.
You
You
think
never
this is
know.
a high scoring game?
No, I don't. I don't. But I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised all of a sudden they start moving the ball up and down.
Mm,
You know what I mean? It's not worth a tease for me.
yeah,
If you're gonna go under, then go under. Don't sit there married with other two teams you know that's gonna rock down, then all of a sudden here comes this game out of the blue because they're both trash and then they're just not stopping nobody.
yeah. I heard that.
It is
Uh,
one of them it is one of them like you just don't trust neither of these teams.
yeah.
It
I
should
like
go
the
under though.
it should go under. I like the pick though. I like Stafford with the pick.
How
Like you
about
said, I think he leads the league in
What's
picks.
Julio Jones's props?
Man, you serious? You talking about me not to even marry the over? You gonna look at Julio?
I just want to look at Julio. I think he's playing in the slot today, no question. So
28 and a half
yards.
yards.
Yeah, I would actually go there. I think he gets 28 and a half yards. I think his first he probably is gonna get chunk yardage. So he'll get
And
maybe
two
like three receptions for like 35, 38. Because he's gonna get like that one that because he always gets that one little quick crossing route that's that little skinny post
mm-hmm.
thrown to him, whether he catches it or is defended. He's getting that opportunity. I like that over there. He's gonna be playing the slot.
Man, have the mighty have fallen. Whew. It's crazy. It's crazy when you're not even sure to take a Cooper Cup over.
Oh, that's only because he's hurt.
Yeah,
He has an
like
ankle
it
injury.
was almost an auto bet to bet him to score.
Yeah, for sure. But with him not being healthy, I'm
Yeah,
telling you, I like that Julio Jones prop. He's playing. Russell Gage is out, so he's playing three
yeah.
by
Gauge is
himself.
out. Yeah,
So he's going and he's
Scotty
healthy.
Miller, little Scotty Miller with 8.5.
Man, nobody mess with no Scotty Miller right now.
All right.
If
So
anything, you might want to put some value in Scotty Miller to score. That might be some value because you can always
man,
see Scotty
shit.
Miller getting in the end
You talking
zone
about Scotty
somewhere
Miller? Shit,
when he
I said
plays.
8.5 yards. I ain't saying for the motherfucker to score.
I said value. You looking at value? What's Scotty Miller to score?
And you really gonna make me look at
Is
that?
on there?
It's got to be 3-1.
Got to be more than that if he's even on here.
8-1.
Right. Perfect. Put money on that. That's
Ain't
value.
nobody don't put no money on that,
If you
y'all.
think Scotty Miller is going to play,
Nah,
most likely Tom Brady finds him in the end zone. I'm
man, don't
just
put no
letting you
money on
know.
that. Give me Perriman to score over Scotty Miller, 10-1. I like that.
The odds ain't showing you that. The odds showing you that obviously Scotty Miller's going to possibly score more than Perriman. How we get on Scotty Miller? I'm just saying. But if you're looking for value,
Right.
let's see.
All right. We got Sunday night game, Tennessee and KC. Tennessee is favorite minus 12.5. I know what that line was before I even looked at it. They will round out my end of the leg of my three-team teaser. Three-team teaser. So that's Buffalo, Atlanta, and KC. And a three-team 10-point teaser. And the line says it right here. You got a rookie quarterback, Malik Willis, going into Arrowhead. It's not a good recipe at all. He's never seen a crowd like this before. He's never played in an environment like this before, and he'll never see an offense as efficient that scores in multiple ways like this offense before. He will have a tough time trying to get it done here. So I even like KC straight. I think it's gonna be really hard for Tennessee to score here. I mean, they can run the ball with Henry 30 times a game, but all it takes is almost 4 or 5 passes, and you're in the red zone with this Kansas City offense. This is probably going to get ugly. I could see this game being maybe like 30 to like 10, somewhere in that round, maybe 20, maybe 30-13. Um, you know, they're going to have to run with. I mean, you know what? I would look here is attempts. I was on this last week with Henry, but I bet you it's at. Do they even have it up? They even have it at.
Probably 18, 19.
What? No,
Higher
like
than that?
25,
Oof.
26. It was. I think it was 24 last week. It
Oh,
was a gift. It was a gift with Willis coming in. You know what I mean? And he ran for 30. He had 30 carries last week. Let me look that up real quick. Let me tell you his usage. It's insane right now. I mean, they got to. They got no choice. Listen to this. He had 32 against Houston. He had 30 against Indy. He had 28 against Washington. In his last 3 games, he's carried the ball over 89. No, that's 90 times. Like that's insane.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that's why they took it off the board. They can't even put that up because they would have to go 27 and a half, 28, and he would still get it. But like I said, I'm I don't back double digit favorites a lot, but this is just a bad matchup. I like KC in my teaser, and I like KC straight. Lock me in for KC.
I like it.
No trap, no trap game
No
here.
no comment. No comment here. This will definitely be
No
on my
trap
late
game on
night
this one.
live game.
All right, let's go to the Monday night game. We have the Baltimore Ravens traveling to New Orleans. Baltimore is favorite minus 1.5. Total is 47.5. This New Orleans Saints team just scoring in different ways that they're getting creative. I think it's Dennis Allen is his first name. I feel like Dennis Allen's the same name as the black head coach from the Cardinals. But is it Dennis Allen? Is that the head coach
I
for
don't
New
I
Orleans?
don't know who's down there, to tell you the truth. I ain't gonna hold you.
Okay. I think it's Dennis Allen. But that offensive mindset that he's kind of taken from Sean Payton, it looks like it's paying off, and they're using and finding ways to score when their guys are still out. That receiving core is still out. Obviously, Thomas got out for the year. Landry's been out, and Chris Overlay has been in and out the lineup as well. But they're finding ways to still score using Kamara, using Tyson Hill as well to score. I think who's behind Kamara? What's his name?
Ingram?
Running back. Ingram. Yeah.
Ingram.
Ingram is out, I believe, in this game as
Hmm.
well. He has an MCL injury. So tee up all Kamara. Kamara had a huge game last game. I think he had 2 or 3 touchdowns last game. So I see that happening again. Baltimore's getting somewhat healthy on one side of the ball, but then still getting hurt. Andrews has been downgraded to doubtful. Didn't practice all week. Um, they got to get Lamar some help, man. They really do. They got to get some Lamar some help in this game. But if I was leaning the game, I would lean New Orleans here as the home dog in New Orleans. I do have a future bet on the Ravens winning that division. So it kind of goes against what my belief is. But this New Orleans defense in New Orleans is a pretty decent defense. I don't know if Lattimore is playing, but I don't think they even need him because there's no really receiving core threat. I think Bateman is out for this game as well. So it's going to be hard for them to move the ball from the Ravens. I even think what's his name, Gus Edwards is also going to be out for this game as well. So this line is short. I think it should be switched. I actually think New Orleans should be favored in this game as a home dog. Um, I think this is a home line as well. Give me the dog here. Give me New Orleans to win outright.
Yeah, this is tough for me because I think I like Baltimore's team. Like I said, they are injury riddled right now offensively with Mark Andrews being out. But listen, Isaiah Likely out of Coastal Carolina has been coming in with
Yeah.
no problem handling his business
Hmm.
and slowly making a name for himself. So I'm kind of like leaning Baltimore just because of their consistency. But New Orleans on Monday night, that home game is going to be rocking in that building. Um, do you trust
Dalton.
Dalton here? Um, I don't know. That's been my only question. That I think I missed the line already. I think it was at +3. I would have liked it still there. Now that it's going the opposite way, it's down. I think +1, 1.5.
Yeah.
I think I just rather just go Baltimore here on the way. I think they had the mini bye coming off. They placed it last Thursday. They handled business against Tampa Bay. And that defense was supposed to be much better than what it is, and they did their thing against Tampa Bay's defense. So without Marshawn Lattimore, I think they'll still be able to move the ball around. They still got to account
And they
for
got Smith too. Don't forget that. Smith should
yeah,
be playing in this game too. I forgot about him.
they got to
Yeah,
be
I mean,
accountable for Lamar Jackson. So I mean, I like the number moving into the Baltimore's favor. I'll take Baltimore. I would have took
really?
Saints if it was still 3.5.
I mean, but you know how it happens when we go head to head, dog. That don't
Hey,
really.
What
I
we
don't really
doing?
end
We
well.
gotta start right. Let's write them down. Make sure we know who we are.
You don't really, it really
I
don't
think
end
you
well
just. I
for
think
you,
you got
brother.
you an auto comment. You just say that every time now. I think we've had a couple head to heads that I've.
Well, we had a
Uh,
couple head to heads, and I don't, like you
well,
said, it's not a prideful thing. I don't got to tell you that, when we go head to head, you lose. No, I just throw it in there just a little bit, but I don't be hitting you up like, yo, dog, you know how you know what I mean? Because you might have money on that.
well,
I don't want to do that. I want you to win, brother.
let's make sure we jot this one down. So I'm gonna take Baltimore. You're gonna take the Saints. I think it's gonna be a good one. I think it can go either way. I'm a lean. It's not a play for me. I'm not putting a play on the show. It's more of a lean for Baltimore. Just because the mini bye, they got time to kind of get themselves together, kind of go into a game plan against the Saints. Um, but never know. But I'll go head to head with you.
Agree. Agree. Yeah, we'll come back. We'll circle back around for Monday Night Football. Make sure you follow Money Pop
What's Isaiah
Podcast.
Likely's props? Is he on here yet? I know it's Monday night.
No,
He's
he's
not
not on
here
here.
yet.
The touchdown was plus 145, which
Yeah,
makes
I
sense.
would look at Isaiah Likely's props and see if at least if it's like 3.5, 4.5, go that route, go over. I think he leans on Isaiah Likely. I think he has
Yeah,
trust
and
now.
it's a scary prop to do, but if they do say Andrews is going to play, I would actually, if he's his normal Mark Andrews numbers, then I would lean under as well. It's a risky play because it's Mark Andrews. He's probably is. I can't. He's when healthy, he's the second best receiver, best second tight end in the game behind Kelsey. So, but that's a little bit on the other side of that. But I would lean under if he's plays. But we'll talk about that come Monday night. We'll put a play out there for Monday Night Football. Come on Money Pop Podcast YouTube. So just a quick recap of all the plays that we talked about. I know we had a lot of plays today, but if you're just joining, want to make sure that you get the plays from the beginning. And then so you can take a look about an hour and a half before kickoff, so you got some time to review all the plays. But Michael Pittman over his 4.5 receptions. Devin Singletary over his rushing prompt. I like Chubb to get a sack today. Montgomery over his rushing prompts. T.J. Hawkinson over his reception prompt. I do like Hawkinson to score today. A little bit, not juicy, but a little bit high here on the odds, almost 3-1. But I think he does get into the zone today. I like DJ Moore over his 63 receiving yards. This was a double like for us. Was Deontay Foreman over his 71 rushing yards prompts. I do like ETN over his longest rush prompt. Josh Jacob was a late ad for me to score any touchdown. And then if I look back at the slate, just going off memory of things that you actually liked as well, was you were looking at some of the receiving prompts here for the Miami Dolphins. We didn't get into an actual number of which one you might lay money on. So, but that's a Celine for B Diddy to look at some of those receiving prompts, whether it be Waddle or Hill. I would lean Waddle. Um, I think what was the other ones that you had liked?
For which game?
I'm trying to think. I'm going through the game. Oh yeah, you like Jackson too. Jackson's prompts
Jackson,
here.
Deion Jackson. Yep.
Yeah, for the Colts. Is it Deion Jackson?
Deion Jackson.
I think. Yeah, Deion Jackson for the Colts. Look at his props today as well. We're both on Buffalo in a 3-team 10-point teaser. I think we both agreed on Atlanta too, right? Teasing them up.
Mm-hmm.
Teasing them up. And then you are on Seattle on
Yeah,
this one as
I like
well.
Seattle here at home.
Yeah, you like Seattle here. Look at Kenneth Walton.
Yep.
Yep. Stay away game. And then I think we both agree on the Chiefs. I don't know if you didn't have a comment, but I don't know if you're gonna put money. Are you joining that 3-team teaser there?
For sure.
Okay. All right. And then you had a totals teaser too. We were looking at
Mm-hmm.
a total teaser, but go ahead and give that out before we get out of here.
It was the over in the was it the under in the New England
Yeah, the
Colts
under in the
game?
New England. Yep.
All right, and then we said we're gonna go over. That brings it to 38. Let me look at the game.
Was it Seattle, Arizona?
No. Was it Jacksonville Raiders? I will put it. I'll give it to Moss. I'll look at it again.
Yeah.
See, I still remember.
No doubt. All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for joining. Those who are still with us. Once again, like I said, because of you guys, the show is doing amazing on the back end. From the likes, the shares, telling a friend and tell a motherfucking friend, as we always say here. And let's keep the betting going. Let's keep the train running. We have my show later today, like I said, at 7:00, where we be doing 8 shots in 8 minutes for all the Eagles wins, doing a recap of the day and giving out some Sunday night football plays. Then we have our early odds show with me and C Sharp coming next week, about probably going to be a recorded show, or it may be live on Wednesdays. And then we have our college football pod that's been just, I can't say enough about that pod with me, B Diddy and Sharp. Like last week, I think Sharp hit me up he just murdered all his sides. I think, I did pretty well. I got to double check it. I chased a little bit, so I got to double check on the plays that we actually gave on those sides. And I'm not sure how you did, B Diddy. I didn't look at your side, but I'm pretty sure that you were pretty strong in your takes as well.
Sure.
Yeah. So that show is just, collectively is just killing it. And then you know what we do here on the flag show, MoneyPot Podcast betting show for NFL Sundays. So like I said, if you haven't subscribed, you're a new viewer, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We're giving away free money. It's like the Robin Hood, man. So for myself, Moss Money, for the homie B Diddy, happy betting, happy hunting. Let's go get this money. Didn't know how to end the show right there, man. I was lost for y'all.
Go Birds. Easy.
Let's go! This ain't the Parklight, or this Dinker, he stinks! Let's go! This ain't the Parklight, or this Dinker, he stinks!
Oh shit!
It's gone!